The video game, The Devil in Me, is a 2022 interactive drama and survival horror game developed by Supermassive Games and published by Bandai Namco Entertainment. You play as 5 members of an independent film crew who, after being lured to the remote hotel by a mysterious benefactor, find themselves fighting for their lives against a silent figure who stalks their every move. Even though this video game is fictional, it was the reality for victims of H.H. Holmes. Welcome to Curiosity Killed the Cat. I'm your host, Ashlyn, and today we're exploring a chilling connection between history and fiction. We'll unravel the story of H.H. Holmes, America's most documented serial killer, and discuss how his horrifying legacy inspired the video game, The Devil in Me. Before we begin, a quick disclaimer. This episode covers sensitive topics, including murder and graphic violence. Listener discretion is advised. My goal is to shed light on these events with respect for the victims, while also exploring how media interprets such stories. Our story begins in Chicago during the 1890s, an era of ambition and innovation, but also one of shadows. Enter Dr. Henry Howard Holmes, born Herman Webster Mudgett, a man whose name is now synonymous with evil. H.H. Holmes is often referred to as America's first serial killer, and his crimes shocked the nation. But Holmes didn't kill. He orchestrated his murders with chilling precision, building what has come to be known as his murder castle. This 3-story monstrosity in Chicago was designed with hidden passageways, trapdoors, and soundproof rooms. Holmes hired and fired multiple construction crews, so no one would understand the full layout. Chutes led directly to the basement, where he would dismember and dispose of his victims. Some bodies were sold for medical research, while others were simply destroyed. The 1893 Chicago's World Fair gave Holmes the perfect cover. He advertised the castle as a hotel for visitors, particularly young women who came to the city in search of opportunity. Tragically, many checked in, but never checked out. Holmes used charm and manipulation to lure his victims. His meticulous planning made him nearly untouchable for years. Holmes' crimes eventually caught up with him, not because of murder, but due to insurance fraud. In 1994, after being arrested, investigators discovered the true horrors hidden within the murder castle. Holmes confessed to 27 murders, but experts estimate the actual number may have been as high as 200. He was hanged in 1896, leaving behind a legacy of terror that continues to fascinate and haunt us today. Fast forward to 2022, when Supermassive Games released The Devil in Me. This 4th installment in the Dark Pictures anthology reimagines H.H. Holmes' story with a modern twist. The game takes players on a terrifying journey as they portray a film crew invited to the replica of the murder castle. What starts as an innocent documentary shoot quickly turns into a nightmare as the crew finds themselves hunted by a modern-day Holmes-like figure. The game captures the claustrophobic terror of Holmes' original castle, winding hallways, locked rooms, and deadly traps, but it also explores the psychological horror, forcing players to make difficult moral decisions. Do you save yourself or someone else? Can you trust those around me? The Devil in Me combines historical inspiration with interactive storytelling to create an experience that is both terrifying and thought-provoking. By weaving Holmes' story into its plot, the game makes players reflect on humanity's darker instincts and our fascination with true crime. It's not just about survival, it's about questioning what we're capable of when the stakes are life and death. It's fascinating and unsettling. H.H. Holmes' story is a grim reminder of humanity's capacity for evil. His cunning and cruelty left a stain on history, but they also offer lessons of trust, vigilance, and the danger of unchecked power. While The Devil in Me brings this story into modern horror gaming, it also challenges us to reflect on our own instincts and fears. Thank you for listening to this episode of Curiosity Killed the Cat. Remember, curiosity is a powerful thing, but it can also be deadly. Until next time, stay curious and stay safe. How real-life horrors like H.H. Holmes' crimes inspire fictional adaptations. While The Devil in Me uses creative liberties, it stays true to the core themes: manipulation, trust, and survival. Holmes preyed on the human vulnerability, and the game replicates this sense of hopelessness and dread. However, there's a responsibility that comes with adapting such stories. It's important to remember the victims and avoid glorifying the killer. The Devil in Me manages this balance by focusing on survival and the human spirit rather than sensationalizing Holmes' crimes. But as we explore these stories, we must ask ourselves, why are we so fascinated by the darkest parts of humanity?